Hi, I'm Dennis Webster. I have a show coming up at Studio 2880. It's called Into the Forest I Go. It's all woodland, beautiful shots of woodland in different spots around Prince George, Haida Gwaii, the ancient forest. I've done a few other shows. This is the one I'm the most excited about, I think, because the forest is dear to my heart. So it shows up in the photography that I do. What is it I love about the forest? Life. It's so full of life. You're surrounded by life. Even in the wintertime, there's something about the trees that speak to me. Serenity, quite often just very peaceful. Get away from the traffic sound some and just enjoy the quiet, the peace, the serenity. Sometimes it's mystical. It's the light coming through. If there's fog, it just really adds to the atmosphere. And just the sense of well-being. Being in the forest, taking pictures. It's a good thing. One of the things I look for when I'm doing woodland photography is a trail that will bring you into the picture. So we got a little bit of foreground here, and then it brings you in. And this is an interesting one because you have a choice of following the curve or going right into the bush. Now the lighting is a little bit odd. Because that's the reason I want this shot is, one, I love these trees. They're just so amazing to look at. And the light right now is quite nice, catching them all. It's a bit of a good foreground. Oops, and I took the picture. And, of course, the path really helps with the picture. And that's the result. So I hope if some people purchase one of my pictures, take it home and just enjoy the lushness, the serenity, the beauty hanging on their wall, bringing part of the outside forest into your living room or your bedroom, and then you look at it and just go, oh, I wish I was there. Nice and hairy.
All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome for coming out tonight. My name is Christina Watts, and it was my pleasure to set up Dennis Webster's beautiful display that we see before us tonight. I love the forest. I'm sure a lot of us love the forest, and to see it portrayed through his eyes and hear his stories always just brings me closer into the world and makes me feel like we're all kind of together, right? We're part of this world together. So I'd like to first acknowledge that we are on the traditional territory of the Tene, and I'd like to thank the funding sponsors that provide us with some means so that we can set up these events and do things like get snacks and get some of our advertising out. So that would be the Canada Arts Council, the Prince George Community Foundation, and of course the City of Prince George, because we still have a building that stands today, and we're in it. So without further ado, I'm going to invite Dennis Webster over, but if you haven't had a chance, there are snacks over there and drinks, and if anybody needs to use the washroom, it's just down the hallway to the right, and there are, like a flight attendant, 2 exits of the building. Okay, Dennis, the floor is yours.
And in case of low air pressure, there'll be things coming down from there. You forgot that, Christina. First, I'd like you to give Christina a hand. She does this amazing job. Like just
absolutely astounding how much work she puts into this. And I don't know if you've seen the video, but we went out walking in the woods, taking pictures, and we did a video together. Just amazing what she does. So, here we are. This is probably going to be my last show. I've done 2 here, and then this one. All of them very, very different. First one was winter black and white trees and things like that. Then there was the minimalist one, which people seem to enjoy, but nobody took anything home with them. And now this one, into the forest I go. Can anyone finish that quote?
To lose my mind, find my soul.
To lose my mind and find my soul. Who said that?
John Muir.
John Muir. Who was John Muir? You didn't know this was going to be a test, did you? He was an American in the 1800s, an American mountaineer and naturalist. He was instrumental in Yosemite National Park, in the creation of it. There'd only been one national park in the States. He and a few others organized to get the government to set aside Yosemite National Park as a Yosemite. I keep saying Yosemite. Yosemite.
I call it Yosemite too.
Yeah, Yosemite. Yosemite. Anyway, and he's also one of the co-founders of the Sierra Club, which you've probably heard of. So that quote really inspires me because into the forest I go. I don't know if I've ever lost my mind, but I have found my soul. It's just, I mean, I just leave my mind somewhere else. But why? Why does that happen when you go into the forest? If you've watched the video, I've said some of these things, but I'll tell you anyway. It's full of life. I mean, if you look at this like this, it's just crackling with life, isn't it? This one, life in there. Even in the fall, there's life. There's all these trees are still alive. They're still doing what they're supposed to be doing. And they're just animating life. Even something like this. The life is still there. We might not see it as much, but in the forest, there is life. Serenity. I go into the forest and sometimes we'll just, feel free to come in. A couple seats right here. I'll go into the forest sometimes and just sit before I take any pictures. I'll just sit and listen to the birds or whatever and enjoy the surroundings. Except for one time when I was in Nelson. There's a place I used to go to, had a river running down it, beautiful forest. And I would go there and sit and sometimes take pictures. And there was a cougar alert. So I was sitting on a rock like this, and the water flowing here, and I was constantly going, because cougars are really quiet. So the serenity was gone. But anyway, for the most part, going into the, there's even places you can get away from the traffic noise here, which is even better. Sometimes they're mystical. This one, to me, comes across as a bit on the mystical side. This one with the fog, same spot here with the fog, Ginter's with the fog. You go into a forest where there's fog and it's just like, oh, there's just something otherworldly about being there. It's just beautiful. And when I go in, I get a sense of well-being. Just, yes, this is a good place to be. And that's why I like to take pictures of it, so I can remind myself. I remember every one of these shots, where I was, what I was doing, what it was like, the story behind it. And it just gives me a sense of well-being, and I can relive it when I look at the pictures. Now this one, I came across going up Cranbrook Hill, and there's a little turnoff. And so I pulled off there because there was these woods on the other side, just up the hill a bit, that the light was coming through, and I thought, oh, this looks interesting. I think I'll just walk around there. There was no fence, no trespassing signs. I was good as far as I was concerned. And as I'm walking around, I noticed that the ground was kind of slanting down a little bit. So I followed it a bit more, and ended up here, where the fog was, where the trees were. So I thought, oh, I'll wait for a foggy day, and I'll go back in the spring. Same spot, wholly different feel, but still that serenity, that peace, that beauty. Then I decided, I think I'll go in the wintertime, because you gotta have at least 3 seasons. Big mistake. I'm walking through the woods at the top there, and I'm fine. The snow's about this deep, not quite going into my boots. And I go a little bit farther, and I start walking down, and this stuff is covered in snow, so I'm stepping on a crack, and I ended up about this deep, not even halfway down there, and I thought, nobody knows I'm here, and I'm going to die here, but I'm going to get a good picture. So they'll find that with my camera. But I never went back. I need to go back with a rope or something and snowshoes. So if anyone next winter wants to venture down here with me, because another person would be nice to have there too. Quite a while ago, probably, I don't know how many years ago, I'm a member of a Facebook group called Two River Shutterbugs. And we had a gathering of people. And we went around the table saying, what's your photograph? What do you photograph? What do you like to photograph? And it got to me, and I had to think. And I went, eclectic. I could not pin it down. I mean, because I wander around laneways downtown and take pictures of old trucks and peeling paint and rusty things. And I go out to, I go to Ginter's or Cottonwood or wherever, and I take scenic shots. I've gone to Terrace and Haida Gwaii taking scenic shots. I do flowers a lot, try and take pictures of butterflies, but they won't hold still very long. So I was thinking about that one day, I don't know, maybe a few months ago. I go, so what really is my photographic style? What is the thing that I love to photograph the most? So I watched a video on finding your photographic style. It was by a photographer that I really like, and he said, what you need to do is, and it's going to take you a while, is go through your pictures. And the ones that make your heart sing is your photographic style. So I thought, okay, I got a couple thousand pictures. I got some time. I'm retired. It's winter. Let's go through it. And and so click up on the screen, and I went, oh, that's nice. I mean, it was a picture from Cottonwood of a sunset or something. That's nice. Click something else. Oh, that's okay. Oh, that one's pretty good. And every time a woodland photograph came up, I went, oh! If I do say so myself. Just like, oh, yes, that's a good shot. So after going through, I didn't go through 2,000 pictures. I came to the conclusion, the woodland is where my heart is. That's what makes my heart sing. So that's why I decided last show, what I think is probably the best show, with some of my best work. So thank you for coming about that. I haven't limited myself just to that ever, or I still won't, because I also work on capturing the beauty of Prince George. Now, I don't know if I should say this or not, but I'm going to anyway. 14 years ago, my wife Cheryl and I moved from Nelson. Have you ever been to Nelson? Not Fort Nelson, Nelson. Nelson is just stunningly gorgeous everywhere you look. Everywhere you look. Downtown is beautiful. All the residential areas are beautiful. All these old homes. It's on a lake. It's in the mountains. It's just all time of year, it's gorgeous. And then we moved to Prince George. And after being here for a while, we went, this place is but ugly. But then I started getting out more and getting here and there, and I went, you know what? This place has got beauty. It really is beautiful. So that's the other thing I concentrate on, is woodland, which some of these are Prince George, and the beauty of Prince George. Now, shameless self-promotion, I do a calendar every year entitled The Beauty of Prince George. So every year I try and gather 12 pictures that I've taken over that year and put them together, and people kind of like them. So, yeah. Okay. There's a fan. So, you like them too, Blaine?
Great gifts.
Yes. Yeah. Anyway, that's my self-promotion. They will be available at the farmers market in October, probably. I think that's about all I had to say. You have questions about any of these pictures? Where they are, why I shot it? Nothing?
Do you have a favorite
A favorite picture
in this?
in this? Oh yeah, this one.
Yeah.
You know, usually I don't, but yeah, that one, just because it was surprisingly discovered. Yeah, I just went, oh, wow, I'm glad I came down here. Plus there was fog that day, and so the intent, the result matched the intent, which was nice. This one's Haida Gwaii, and this one's Haida Gwaii. I'll tell you a little story, since you don't look too restless yet. Before we went to Haida Gwaii, I was looking on the website, of course, on the internet about Haida Gwaii, and someone had written this thing about the inside road. And they talked about it. They had some black and white pictures. That was all they had. But it sounded interesting. It looked interesting. The government, I don't know which government, had this brilliant idea that they would encourage settlers to settle inland rather than by the ocean, right? Which most people, oh yeah, we're going to live by the ocean, and maybe a little bit farther in, but they wanted people inland. So they built the inside road, which is a corduroy road, now moss covered, but it's all logs. It's all the way along, all the way through this thing. The people who live on Haida Gwaii don't know where it is. Because I asked. The directions that he gave were kind of iffy, and so I asked a few of the locals, so how do I get to the inside road? The what? The inside road. And eventually I found it. You go through this little wee town and down the road a little bit over a bridge, and then you look and you go, maybe I can get up that Forest Service road with my car, but I think I'll walk. Parked off the road and then walked probably 1.5 kilometers. And I'm going, I don't know if this is even the right road. And then hidden in the bushes was this little green hiker sign. And you push through the bushes, and there's like this log corduroy bridge. And then you get into there and you go, oh my goodness, this is amazing. And I just walked through those, I've been there twice. Walking through, there's not a sound. There's no birds, there's no wildlife. Because there's nothing to eat. It's all that. But just stunningly beautiful. Just amazing. It just blew me away. That's the inside road, and this one here, I don't know if you can... That's all along as you walk. That's what you see. It's just into the forest I go. It was so amazing. So that's my Haida Gwaii story. And a lot of people say, oh, it's on my bucket list. Move it up on your bucket list and go. A little pricey, but well worth going. So that's my commercial for Haida Gwaii. If you don't go to Haida Gwaii, go to Ginter's. There's Ginter's, that's Ginter's. Start walking up the escarpment. Especially nice on a foggy day. This is a walk through Elsie Gun Park. That's close. This is up on Cranbrook Hill. So it's there, it's right around us. It's just a little bit of effort to get out and do it. I was going. That's up on Cranbrook Hill as well. That's Haida Gwaii.
Where's the black and white?
Pardon me?
The black and white one.
Claytley Tanay Memorial Park. Yes. So it's not, that one almost didn't make the cut because I'm going, it's not really woodland, but it's kind of woodland, and those trees are so cool. I just had to take the picture and print it, and yeah. And ancient forest. It's a bit of a drive, but into the forest you go. I mean, you can't miss. Surrounded by the ancient trees. If you haven't been there, go there. The picture on the other side of that is ancient forest.
Would you like me to ban away display?
Sure. Thank you, Vera. This one's ancient forest.
Is this one over here ancient forest as well?
Which one?
This thing?
That? Well, that's actually not part of the display, but that is mine. And yes, it is ancient forest.
Yes.
Yes.
I reckon.
Oddly enough. The triptychs are a blend of different things, so the triptychs, I mean the three pictures. Any questions? Anything else?
You take 35 mil film pictures anymore? It's
No.
Digital?
Just digital.
So when was your transition to digital?
Oh. While in Nelson. Yeah.
15 years ago?
Yeah. About that, 16, 17 years ago. I had a Nikon. A Nikon little guy. Yes. That was my introduction to digital. Yeah, yeah. Okay, thanks for coming.
Awesome.
Really appreciate it. Take another look. Take a slow look. Examine each one if you want. Take some time. And thank you.
Thank you everyone for coming, your support of coming tonight. It means a lot to us, of course the artists. And it's just awesome to see, it's awesome to see a photographer, take their art form, get it, to this level of professionalism and expertise, and then expand, which I think is great. And I just got back from Italy, and the thing that we always buy on our trips are like, my husband was a pack horse for like 5 months. Smart, very smart. Hey, thank you.
Good. Thank you. Thank you. Well, there we go. Yeah, yeah.